a lot of South Africans, as I'm a South African, from my observation, the names that we use, it can damage our countries, and also Nigerians. The words that they use can damage also theirs, but there's no need. We should be getting excited on trying to form organizations that will help us as African people to start developing Africa. Not this bullshit we're talking about. I know this is a bit frustrating for everyone because Africa has been conquered by Europeans and Western countries, and we are talking about this, trying to find ourselves. This will take us many years if we still come at each other like this, using words, fighting each other. South Africa is struggling. Our system is weak. African countries' systems are weak, but it might take us some time to fix it. But I think let's start using these platforms to try figure out what we need to do to develop our own people and ourselves and stay out of politics, because politics is really damaging these African countries. Thanks.
I beg, can I say something, please? The thing is, I greet everybody on the panel. Trench, I greet you. Cupid,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. The host, I greet you too. The thing is, no country in this world, nobody, no country in this world can come out to blame a crime happening in their country on any particular set of people, because both those countries, if a crime is happening in a country and the politicians are not part and parcel of that crime, if they want to fight it, in fact, 1 week is too much to declare your country crime free. If the politicians are not partake, if they are not actually the main criminals in that country, because nobody would want their country to be ruined by criminals. No politician, if those politicians are not actually the criminals perpetuating themselves to be free. So no country can come out because the politicians of that country is partaking in it. They are happy with the crime because they make money from it. And also the citizens of that country partakes in it. Like the guy that spoke last before Dominic, the crime in South Africa today that they call Nigeria Zimbabweans, those crime, when you look at it, there are so many races that live in South Africa. If it's like Ghana now, we'll say, okay, if there's a crime happening in Ghana today, yes, you know the people that are there. You will still say, okay, it's not Ghanaians that are doing this crime, then it's other our black people. But no, in South Africa, you have the colored, and I have been in multiple lives where a colored guy came out to say, to shun these guys that, listen, even the powder over 2 billion rand discovered with AfriForum and the Mexicans, he said that a colored guy was also behind that, was also involved in that the colored actually run the powder business of 60 to 70% happening in South Africa. And I asked him, I'm like, but so why is it that the blacks of South Africa don't confront this guy? He said they were scared. They are scared of them. You understand? So they're just channeling their energy to people they think that they have the power or they can easily push around because they believe this is their country. But meanwhile, the actual people doing the damage, doing the crime, producing, supplying, distributing, all those things, nobody has ever talked about them. All the powder entering from South America is entering through South America into South Africa. But meanwhile, no Nigerian has been involved in all that. No Zimbabwean have been involved in all that. The KZN bust of over 3 billion. I'm not sure if a lot of people understand what a billion is. Not thousand, not million, but billion, over 3 billion rand of bust. But yet, nobody, there is no life. Nobody even talked about, because what 3 billion can do in a country, when you have a powder worth that amount in a country, what that amount can go to the country around 3 times or more. That amount of powder can go the country around 3 times or more. But at the end, that powder is sitting in the country and it was busted. Not just, these are just two. The over 2 billion and over 3 billion, there are so many that is being busted and nobody talked about. Not even the politicians that come out and was like, what the hell is going on? Are you telling me all those bust, they never heard about it, or the politicians are not aware that their law enforcement discovered this type of powder and all that in the country where you take care of? So nobody turns a blind eye in that kind of situation. But yet, nobody have said anything. It was just on the news vaguely. It was vaguely on the news. There were no constant announcement about it, because no Nigerian was involved or Zimbabwean was involved. It was the whites, the colored, and the Mexicans. Why would a Mexican come to inside the African continent to produce powder? And somebody have asked me this question: why are South Africans chasing Africans away out of the African continent? But meanwhile, they've left actually the people. And this is the thing, this is why when some South Africans who traveled out of South Africa to a different part of the world see better things happening, they see better rather than being in the situation. Because in this situation, we kind of make your view so clouded that you continue to channel your view. You continue to have that, what we call tunnel vision. When you have that tunnel vision, meaning focusing on one particular, these are the people doing this, these are the people destroying the country. But when you sit outside, watch from outside, then you will now see, okay, I was wrong. This is actually the people doing this. So no country in this world can come out to continue to say, oh, it's these people. Because this thing that we talk about that happened in South Africa, come here in America. People are zombies. Go to New York. Go to Bronx. Go to LA. You know, people are zombie because of, and we know that these things comes in from South America, South Africa, all over the world. So they cannot get up to there and say, go to London, go to Italy, go to Austria. You know, you will see this, Australia, a lot. So, but at the end of the day, why is it that the only one country, and all these countries that I've mentioned, you must find a South African that have committed this same powder thing or this same crime they complain about in those countries? But they never get up and say, oh, it's these people, these are the people destroying it, because they know. And this is why the government, they gain from it, and they try to invest more in the law and make the law more strict and things like that. It's only Asia that you cannot tolerate, because those Asia, they have unaliving penalty. Once they cut you, even in your visa, once they give you the visa, it will be read. Trafficking of illegal substances is a death penalty. It's written in your visa, on your document, you see it. So it's not like
could you kindly wrap up, please, so the next speaker can also come?
Yeah, it's not like in the Western world, whereby you have I know my rights. You can pick up a lawyer and defend it and just do like 5-10 years and then come out of jail and still reoffend again. Over there, once they caught you, that's it. So that is the thing. But we continue to sit, and all this country, you don't see them, hosting live, shouting these people, Albanians or Colombians or Mexicans are the problem, are the cause, the reason why the this, the that. No. But rather they channel their energy on the government, who they know have the sole power to fight that thing if they solely wish and if they are not participating on it.
No,
So
too much.
I'm going to stop here for now. Thank you.
True, my brother. So the issue here is that obviously after we've taken power from the white minority in South Africa, we just given it to people, obviously, which were coming from exile and fighting and all this. So that's why our system is messed up. And the focus was to actually run the system, but obviously giving it to people who had no background and much knowledge of managing the system failed. That's why white people now take the opportunity to mock us and say that, okay, this and we failed. But we've just had 30 years in governing the power. So in Steve Biko, when he says in his book, when the power is given to black people, it's like they set us up and they've given us the freedom, like cutting, that's like they cut your legs off and they say, run to your freedom. Will you able to run for your freedom if your legs are cut off? Just an example he mentioned on his book. So our system is all weak. Everywhere, I think, in Africa, we are struggling and we are frustrated. But we need to start now sharing constructive information on helping each other. You can come, have an input and say, South African, we need to put more pressure on the government. But all this, if you look at South Africa with so much political parties that are breaking away from ANC, it's because people are after power, and that's what's destroying us. So while we are distracted, fighting amongst each other, people from outside will find an opportunity to come in, and while we're distracted fighting amongst each other, to actually fix a lot of things which have been a mess for so many years, then the frustration will go back to foreigners as if, like, guys, you found us here weak and damaged, and now you guys take an opportunity while we try to fix this country, and at the same time you're destroying while we're still trying to find ourselves and fix our things, which shouldn't be an excuse, no? But the more we start taking full responsibility and being honest to ourselves first, I think as South Africans, is when we will grow. But the level of frustration from what I'm hearing from our South African guys, a word to say for me to them is that we should start now learning to be honest to ourselves and say, no, we as people on the ground have failed, and that will teach us fast enough to channel our energies to something else. Because I hear you guys complaining to say South Africans channel their energies straight to Nigerians, this. We need to come back. That's not going to work, and say, no, we need to now on the ground mobilize ourselves properly and stop going out there publicly and stop calling each other names. Because the people the white people, you won't find any white person here engaging. They're working secretly undercover and they don't need to make a noise. And that's effective strategies they use. So why are we struggling to fix our own problems and stop blaming people and fix our systems so that we can quickly move? I know a lot of people might disagree, but my level of frustration is not on people from outside coming in this country. My level of frustration must go straight to government, not the foreigners here. The government has failed us far too long, and I will stick to ANC. I will not run to DA or whoever, because you know what? I still believe we blacks can still do much better than what we're doing here on this social media and fighting people, which I think they've taken an opportunity while we're still sleeping. because we're still sleeping. We abuse alcohol in locations. We abuse drugs. We abuse a lot of things, you know. This will not fast track a lot of things, but we need to be honest and really, really be honest. This is not our time now. Our time is just to be serious and fix this. This is not a joke, because this country is falling apart and it needs our attention, each and everybody. It needs our attention, because now who's impregnating our kids at a young age? We go to schools, we find school children or pregnant, or you're gonna still say it's Nigerians, or you're gonna still say it's Zimbabweans, kids that cannot parent at this age or pregnant. They come with kids at home, you're gonna still say it's Nigerians who are pregnanting. It's our own old guys who also go to these schools and damage these kids and impregnate them at a very young age. So having a kid at a very young age is also a problem. There's a lot of issues, social issues we need to address, besides just throwing stones at a class, you know. But anyways, let me stop talking and give others a chance. Maybe I'll stand to be corrected. If I'm wrong, I'm willing to listen.
I wanted to make my submission now.
Dominic, sorry, Prince, did you have a question for him?
No, I want to make my submission.
Okay, you wanted to make your submission. I think Trench was here first, so you can go ahead, Trench.
Okay, first of all, good evening, everyone. And it's so unfortunate that brother dropped. I wanted to know a lot of things he said, and I want to confirm things he said, because we need to be factual when we are making these submissions, and some words we have been using, we need to change them, like the words of undocumented. You can say visa violation, so that we try to understand ourselves very well. Because I hear a lot of people saying people are coming from other countries, they are not documented. Anyone that comes to your country with a flight ticket and your country stamp in that country, they have the documentation of that person. You can't see the people are not documented. You can only see they have visa violation. I understand a lot of persons don't know this. That's why they are saying what they are saying, but it's cool. First, everybody know my stand in this. The first time all this started, I said, if you have illegal foreigners in your country, please deport them. Send them back home. Take them out of your space. We don't want them to be committing crime in your country. That's my stand. Clear your street. I have no problem with it. But do not, the only problem I have with you people is generalizing that Nigerians are problematic people. I'm a Nigerian. I'm here in the UK. I've been here for over a year now. I have never had problem with anyone, not in school, not in my workplace. I have never had problem with anyone. I'm a Nigerian, but when you say all Nigerians, it makes me feel bad. I have kids who are Nigerian also. They are not looking for problem. I have siblings who are in other countries. They are not looking for problems. So you come to say all Nigerians are problematic people. There's one that said Nigerians are all over the world causing problems and all that. So these are the statements we need to refrain from. If you want to address an issue, I will ask a question. Name me one country in the world without crime. One country in the world without crime where there's no criminal. There's none. There is criminal everywhere, and there is law everywhere to checkmate those people who are committing crime. So if you catch a criminal, treat him as a criminal. Do not come online to start dragging us. No matter what you drag online, because some people will say you are not calling out your brothers, you are not calling out your brothers. If I stalk on TikTok, I tell all Nigerians to stop selling powder in South Africa, will it stop? The answer is no. The strength you are using to pass this message that call out your brothers, call out your brothers. If you use it to call out the government offices that are supposed to tackle this thing, it will be better for you. Call out those offices who are sleeping on the job. All right. Call out those officers who are sleeping on the job.
And I always, this is the same thing I always debunk with my people in South Africa when they say if South Africans are selling powder, they're selling it in their country. What's wrong is wrong. I always say, no, you can't talk that nonsense. Same applies, I'm saying to you, is that you cannot, just because Mnangagwa is a black person, is your black brother, you can't fight him. You can remove him because he's not sharing the wealth with his people. Why would you want to protect someone who doesn't prioritize people that looks like you? Why do you want to treat him right while he's not treating people correct? You know, he must go to China. Chinese must treat him well, must treat him the way he is treating the Chinese people, not you. I mean, honestly, it's not for you to defend Mnangagwa unless you're benefiting something from him. But what Mnangagwa is doing is very, very wrong, and you can't leave him to take care of, to control Zimbabwe, to own Zimbabwe alone. Zimbabwe is the most beautiful country in Africa. You don't allow him to take you guys a legacy. He mustn't take your legacy away from you and your children and your future generation. Thank you.
Very good. I can see Psycho. I'm concerned with that child. That child is not even making sound. Is that child alive? But anyway, moving on. Zimbabwe is a country, and Zimbabwe is in the state of where it is because of many factors, and we mustn't ignore other factors and focus on one factor. Yes, there are corrupt officials in every country, but you fail to, you ignore other factors. You ignore that there are sanctions in Zimbabwe. We must look at that. We don't focus on sanctions only. There is corruption as well. Yes, it's fine. Mnangagwa is not a single man running the country. It's a party. It's a ruling party. It's a government. There are people in government. There are organizations. And we have we have independent people analyzing to see how the government is doing. The government is the government is doing well, the government is doing wrong. At the end of the day, there will always be some people that are corrupt within the government. Right now, there are fightings, the factions of people in government fighting one another. You want us to join them to fight, to remove. Okay, people of Zimbabwe joined to remove Robert Mugabe because they thought Robert Mugabe was single-handedly destroying the country. Right now, you just few years later, you want us to remove Mnangagwa just to replace him with another one, and we're gonna. You fail to understand that it is the system.
Where's Lady Gray, Mpali?
You don't know where's Lady Gray?
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I won't ask a question if I know.
Okay, where you stay? I ask you where you stay now because
no, I'm asking you a question. Answer the question.
If you don't want to engage with the panel, you can drop Mpali. Don't come with that attitude. She asked your question, answer.
What do you say?
I'm saying that if you don't want to engage with the panelists, you can drop. When they ask you a question, you must just answer. Don't give them an attitude. You can't be answering a question with a question. She asked you where that area is from. Why can't you give her? Why can't you tell her that the province where that place is situated? Why are you giving her an attitude?
The province is Eastern Cape.
Illegally. And then they are easy because everybody is illegal. So they are easy to be dealt with. You know, that is this thing was existing, commanders. The conditions which I just said, they are in the law. The thing is, it seems as if the ANC has put a moratorium on those conditions. People only come to South Africa from SADC when they have a passport only, and their passport is endorsed 90 days or 30 days. You know, there is no any other condition, none whatsoever. And this is against their own rules of home affairs. This is against the international protocols of traveling. So by relaxing those conditions, or by making those conditions not being applicable, we're having so many squatter camps by foreign nationals. We're having so many buildings hijacked by foreign nationals. You know, so that is the only thing, commanders, that we, and it's easy, like I say, it's very easy to do. You know, there's no need for them to be pretending to crack their heads about this issue. They know what to do. They know what they did. You know, they allowed these people to come into the country, and now they pretend as if they don't want these people. They opened borders deliberately. They allowed them to be here. Now they're speaking against them because it is politically suitable for them to do so. But commanders, I appreciate what we are doing. These things, that which we do on the ground in Durban, what we do on social media, they are not going to waste. You know, these people are listening. You know, these people are in a very, very, very difficult position. This thing, they thought it will go away. It's not going away. You know, it used to be a social anathema to say a grigamba or kwere or people must go to their countries. Right now we say it openly because we have made it, we have made a habit of it. You know, even the word xenophobia doesn't sit with us. You know, we pretend as if you have said nothing to us. Whereas 2-3 years ago, it was like a horrible word. Right now, we wear the badge, we accept it. Because of every day, we meet at social spaces, and then we speak about these things. And the government is at social spaces, they are listening to us. They've got the pressure. So I'm saying we must keep it up. We must not sleep. We must talk about this every day, now and then, and consistently. So that these people should know our feelings. You know. This guy called Cyril Ramaphosa, you'll never hear him speaking about or against illegal immigration. Never. And if there was indeed a proper will from him, the man is vested with executive authority. He can issue executive orders to deal with this thing once and for all. You know, just like Donald Trump is doing in America. But Ramaphosa does not speak to the interest of an average South African. When he speaks something else. Look, the issue here, Social Nguve, is on the social space, is at large, but he never said anything about it. This man, commanders, I don't know why, you know, we were so unlucky to have this man as our president. You know, Mina, I wish that Nkosazana Zuma won at Nazareth, because this man is evil. You know, I could bear with the Zumas than this man, because he does not listen to people. He's emotionless, he's heartless, he's cruel, this guy.
I was late at night, and that person was screaming, and then holes tunya. I scream holes tunya. The last time I love holes tunya happy too. Karubala, for when I wake up, I'm asking my dad, Kiranar Utril and Tweki Utril, Arabatung, Utril is Tunyasel. But I on a moto or heads. You know, this is very strange. I wonder what happened, guys. I mean, Motobamu Tunyaka Driot Loco. And Ironaka Sierra Nasika Siadi Tuny. Like it's quiet, like nothing happened. Or maybe that person and Mobamu Tunyadizemo Bamorala Bamisa some way. But it got me thinking, or what if maybe they kidnap somebody or what? Like, yo, it got me thinking, serious. But anyway, I get to whoever wants to submit, they can submit.
Hey, Makrigamba, you right?
We good, my brother.
A quick one, man. I wanna just touch on this thing. You must pass the shops. A lot of these people don't just walk in and already have land given to them. Mina ngomboza ukuthi sibashisa nini laba that allow them to occupy those places. Ngoba labantu, it's not like they just occupy a random space that is like an abandoned building, especially a malokishin. It's not like a hill where there's an abandoned building. A malokishin is someone rents them that place nan. Sibashisa nini labo. Mina ngifuna siqale ngalabo masisishisa abantu. Asishise labo kuqala. Then ke sesingena isiphaza. Kodwa nayo landlord leyo enikela abantu imvumo to open their own shop lapha. Ngicela sishise nabo please. Yibo futhi kumele beshe kuqala ngoba they were the first ones to sell out the country.
Bo must tendency yalo musari ganda.
Now, commanders, I want us to take the battle to the Zimbabweans. You know, those guys, commanders, they are so cruel. You know, Mina, if somebody tells me that a Zimbabwean is being unalived in the next street, I will go and assist commanders. I'll go and join, you know, and do what the other person was doing on the Zimbabwean. Because these people are unaliving us and we don't return the favor. You know, we do nothing to them. You know, so me, you know, if that war can come, commanders, Mina, I will join. You know, I'll take my knife and my Glock pistol, and then I'll go and fight. You know, even every morning I go run 5 kilometers so that I can stay in a tip-top condition for these people. You know, so Mina, commanders, if it comes, I will be there in the news. If it comes, I will join it. I will join this fight. You know, because, you know, I mean, if I don't join, who must? You know, who must be unalived on our behalf? Mina, I will join it. And now I'm just waiting for the call. If the call is made, I will join the Patriots and I will go and do the Lord's work on those people. You know, I'm just waiting for the call to be made. Because, I mean, when you look at the situation in communities, you can see that there is no solution to this situation other than people being unalived or fighting. There is no peaceful solution to this problem. Absolutely zero. You look, if these people are dropping every day by their hundreds, they will ultimately deport themselves. Obviously, we cannot unalive 15 million people, but every week we drop 100. I can tell you, commanders, that you know, they will leave because they will be guessing who's next. And we know these guys, people are cowards. They are so much afraid of being unalived. They say it every day on the media, on social spaces. They will walk back to Zimbabwe. Mina, I know that there is other options which are decent and civil and whatever, but you know, the most effective solution is getting on the ground and being physical with these people. That is the only thing which will deal this thing, and it will bring very quick results. Very, very quick results. Because we know this government acts on when people act, this government becomes reactionary. When you don't do anything, this government will just be idling. If we can drop 100 per week, I'm telling you, morning commanders.
You know what you're talking about, you know, might just happen very soon, you know, sooner than we think. I heard that people in Pretoria are now pissed as hell. I heard that they're extremely pissed and that they are planning something which is similar to that, you know. I don't know where the incident happened. I think it was maybe in Pretoria, right? But Yeah, I heard that they're planning something like that because people are getting tired, honestly. I mean, this thing is tiring, man. We've been talking about this for almost 4 years now, and we get nothing but gaslight. I think the ANC has been using, the gaslighting, system for a very long time, that it's now ineffective. I mean, we know when we're now being gaslit that no, this is just to get past this whole topic so that people can be quiet. And it's getting annoying now. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see with Pretoria people, because I got this from a source that lives where they are saying that they are going to be starting those meetings. So we'll have to see what Pretorians do, and if they can start the spark of a revolutionary. Yeah.
It's amazing that